There's a good bunch of young players coming through. I think there's a lot of depth in Australian rugby at the moment, in a number of positions, which is a good thing.
They're a great group to work with. They feel in a good way the responsibility and the opportunity that they have.
In the squad we have at the moment, there's a good group of guys. There's a good mix of youth and senior players. I think it's working really well.
My name's Tubemogul.
Lachie Turner.
David Pocock.
Peter Hynes.
Richard Brown.
James Horwill.
Berrick Barnes.
Ben Alexander.
I'm James O'Connor.
My name's Burgess. I'm 25 years old.
It sounds funny, but you've got to keep it simple and you've got to just bust yourself and go as hard as you can and just basically die for your country. You got to die out on the field every time you go out there. You got to leave everything.
You're only as good as your last game, as far as I'm concerned, and that's very much the way that I'm looking to approach my rugby. My name's Tubemogul, 26 years old. I just want to go out there and perform to the best of my ability, and hopefully that contributes to the team doing well.
You find the best players in any sport or any business, they work a lot harder than everyone else. G'day, my name's Berrick Barnes. I'm 22 years old.
Berrick Barnes was the last player to be selected for the World Cup squad in 2007. And by the end of the World Cup, he was the name that everyone was talking about.
Berrick Barnes made that tackle again. How good is his defence been today?
He's the most talented all-rounder that I've ever been associated with.
If we had a team of Berrick Barneses, we wouldn't have too many challenges.
And he was the man on whom the Wallabies' hopes at the end hinged on, and he handled the pressure from start to finish.
Under pressure, they're the same as when they're not under pressure, and I think that's something about a champion that I really want to try and emulate. My name's Lachie Turner. I'm 22 years old.
Lachie Turner is a player with incredible finishing speed, one of the fastest in Australian rugby.
You look to your wings to finish off the work that others do, and Lachie's got that happy knack. He's got that X factor of scoring. That's a really good trait.
A trait that I've always seen in good sides is mental toughness. There's always been those one or two guys that have been the leaders within the side that have really been tough on the people around them.
He's tough, he's hard, he's outrageous at times.
Hi, my name is Richard Brown. I'm 24. My pre-game ritual is to stay as relaxed as I can, to crack at least 3 jokes.
He is a tough hombre, and he does give that Wallaby pack that grunt it needs.
With ball in hand, he really is an impact player for any side.
Last year was a large year in my life because it was the first time that I played number 8. It was quite nerve-wracking. There was times where I'd get butterflies in the stomach.
I constantly am violently ill before just about every game of rugby that I play, and I think that's because I'm scared of letting my family, friends and fans and teammates, especially teammates is the big one, that I'm letting them down.
There's times where you get a bit down and you think, well, am I ever going to be a chance? But I think it shows that if you stick in there and work hard at it, that eventually you get there. Hi, my name's Peter Hynes. I'm 26.
There was a lot of people out there, me included, who doubted his defence and whether he had the skills to be a test player. Well, he showed me wrong and showed a lot of people wrong.
He is an outside back who can also play in the centres, so he has versatility. He can run great lines, has a nice pass, a good read of game, and he has a big role to play in any side that scores tries.
Still going! Comes Hynes! Try to Australia! Oh, Hynes, fantastic.
A champion player in my mind is someone who goes out there, does his preparation right, does all the stuff on the paddock that he needs to do, and goes out there on the weekend and performs week in, week out. I think consistency is the key with that.
Not always the most talented or skillful player, but the player that's always consistent. I mean, there's games where you'll see a team getting smashed and there's just one bloke that's just sort of standing up and going for it. My name's David Pocock, 21 years old.
Pocock has got everything you need in a back row.
He's very aggressive, he's very fast.
To me, a great leader is someone who leads by their actions.
Don't be surprised one day if he's leading this test team out onto the field as the captain.
I'd probably define a champion as someone who really works hard, goes that extra percent just to do everything. Hi, I'm James O'Connor, 18 years old.
He's got unbelievable skills, unbelievable attacking ability. If he can hang around, you're looking at 10, 15 years of O'Connor excitement.
On the last European tour, I got given the job of looking after Wally. He's the team mascot.
It's the job of the senior players to take the mascot away from you at any time, and if you don't have it at a team meeting or any sort of social outing the day of the game, fines and punishments do apply.
The boys steal it and put up ransom for it. I welcome anyone younger than me to get involved so I don't have to look after them again.
I think the next generation of Australian rugby players need to make sure we keep working at what we're doing. I think that we've got the talent here in Australia to go a long way with the Wallabies. I'm James Horwill, I'm 24 years old.
When Jimmy tackles people, they stay tackled. When he carries the ball, he demands a lot of the opposition.
I'd like to be remembered when I finish playing rugby as someone that I guess gave it his all, always put it 110% on and off the field, and really was very passionate about playing for Australia.
Here's James Horwill! Another one! That's the ball game!
Wallabies and a champion player would just be someone that's relentless. My name's Ben Alexander, I'm 24 years old.
Ben likes to defend and he just likes to impose himself on the game.
Ben Alexander is one of the real up-and-coming props in Australian rugby, and not just for his technical ability in the scrummaging and at set piece, really for his try-scoring ability.
Alexander straight through. We've had a hooker score a try, and now the front rower. He's only been on there for a couple of...
It's one of the games in the world that we've got here in Australia that is the ability to play anywhere, and there's obviously the big attraction of travelling all over the world. I've seen some fantastic places due to playing rugby.
You go to Europe, South Africa, New Zealand, Japan. We played a Bledisloe in Hong Kong, so there's just so many great experiences to be had, and you're there with 30 mates, and it's just really good fun.
I've been to all the major cities in the world, and I've met prime ministers and politicians and the Queen of England. It's been hard to understand sometimes of how far I've come.
My aspirations were to play for the Wallabies, and I think any kid growing up in Queensland and Australia, that's your ultimate goal, is to play for the Wallabies.
Being able to wear a Wallaby on your chest now, it's quite surreal.
Everyone that plays for Australia gets allocated a test cap number. To know that you're part of a select group of players to pull on that jersey is something that means a lot.
As coaching staff and management, our focus is to help these blokes to be as good as they can be. And it's about aspiring to a bit more, I guess. It's about expecting a bit more. We believe we've got a very capable group, but it won't just happen.
We've just got to fight hard and fight for our country. Also be fueled by the passion that our supporters have. If I'm not committed to contributing in any way I can, I'm wasting my teammates' time and I'm wasting the country's time.
As a team, we need to make sure that we keep improving and really push to excel at every category and make sure that we can get every piece of silverware that we possibly can.
You've got your opportunity now, it's yours to run with it. You're not obviously a Wallaby forever, you've got your time, you've got to make the most of it.
But I could die tomorrow and be happy,